What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J and we are locked in. Finally, The Shy is back, season 6, August 4th, 2023. And we have 16 episodes that we're going to have to cover. And we all want to know, how is it going to play out? Good endings, bad endings, fairy tale endings, some endings we kind of were thrown off with. Who knows? But that's what we're here to see. And today we're going to talk about it. But before we jump into it and break down this episode and give the recap of it, if you like the Shy content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions, then hit your subscribe button and turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button and follow me on Instagram right here. Now we got to go follow the Williams family. Kevin, Kiesha, we got Emmett, Papa, Jake, Douda, Trig, Nina, Dre, Jada, Darnell. We have a whole cast of characters, and hopefully everyone gets exactly what they deserve and what's coming to them. So let's go ahead and jump into it. This is episode 1, season 6 of The Shy. We start the episode off with Emmett and Kiesha trying to get it in, but it looks like Emmett, he can't get it in the way he wants to, and Kiesha, she's not having it. The kids are crying, they need food, and guess what? She's got to get up and do it. Well, we know that Emmett is running Smokies, and he's talking about, look, I got to get ready for my reopening for the barbecue shack, and Kiesha says, I got to go be the only parent. So it looks like these two, that fairy tale relationship we seen in season 5, well, after being with each other for a while, it's not looking as bright as it used to. This season started off and everyone's getting some action. Even Trig was getting some, and now we see Darnell and Jada. And hey, since they got married, we see that Darnell has changed up his life and he's trying to do everything to keep this marriage. And also, he's letting Jada know, I'll do the feet massaging because I don't want my spot taken by some young dude with dreads. Kevin finally got his money where it needed to be, and of course, he'd been asking his mom, can I move out? I have my own money. I'm ready to do my own thing. He finally got his spot. It's a nice little spot too, open floor plan. I'm not sure how many bedrooms it is, but this is a very nice starter apartment right here. And hopefully Kevin, he can continue to make this money from video gaming and do exactly what his young heart desires. It looks like everyone's having a grand old day. Emmett's trying to head down to his grand opening, but his business partner Douda stops him and he has to make an investment in him. We can't have a grand opening with you coming out here with a puffer jacket. So he takes him, buys him a suit, and he says, you're my investment. They even pop a little bit of champagne. Now Douda's right hand man has a gun on him, and Douda tells him he needs his pants tailored. So what does he do? He hands Emmett the gun. Emmett's looking at the gun, and we're starting to see that this might not be a good partnership with Emmett and Douda because the way that they're moving in the streets is opposite of the way that Emmett wants to move in the streets because he wants to go legit. So you can see it on his face that he might be making a mistake, but he needs this money. And also, when they put that pressure on you, pause, there's really not much you can do. The campaign trail for Trig, or excuse me, the campaign trail for Victor isn't all glitz and glamour. It's going to be an uphill battle because he's down in the polls. Now his assistant is telling him you might need a viral moment to actually get that out there and let people know you're really involved in everything that's going on in the community. Now the last time Victor went viral was when he was punching a kid in the face. So he's going to have to change that image and put out a positive one so people can begin to start voting for him. As of right now, Victor doesn't have my vote, but if he can change some things, then maybe I might take a little interest in his campaign. Kiesha was already late for her first day at a potential job at the school. Once she's there and she's monitoring all the kids, the teacher asks one of the children to read, but the child doesn't want to read, and you can kind of tell he might be behind on his reading. Kiesha, she pulls the teacher to the side after and she tells the teacher that some of the boys, when she went to school, were afraid to read in front of the class because they weren't on the same reading level. Now the teacher is saying, if we don't push these kids, then they'll never ever learn and they'll always stay behind. And Kiesha, if you want to criticize and critique the place of business that you're trying to work, then you might not be the person here. But we all know that Kiesha actually helped out little EJ when it came to reading. So Kiesha, she's looking at it saying, I'm not criticizing, I'm just giving you some advice to help these young children read. But it doesn't look like she's going to get the job. Douda is a slick man, a man of business, a man of power, a man of means. And we know that Rob has been working for Douda for a while, but he was also working for his Uncle Q, who Douda took out. Now, Douda is trying to scale up his business and even gives him a proposition of 15% of everything he makes, which is more than his Uncle Q gave him. Now, he's also telling him that I'm helping Emmett out. I got Emmett's business numbers doubling. Rob, let me help you. Now, Rob is hearing these numbers, 15% extra. Sounds good. But we all know that Douda, he's up to something and he always has a scheme. He just hit Rob with the same move that Big Red hit the 5 heartbeats with. Emmett getting a little bit of money now. We hearing Rob's about to get an extra 15%. And a case of the baby mama just strikes. Tiffany sees that Emmett's doing well now, and she's talking about, you got a new vehicle? I want a new vehicle. And Emmett asked the right question. Ain't your new man getting money? She said, yeah, but I don't have a baby with him. She wants Emmett to buy him a new car. Emmett's thinking about it, and the answer should obviously be no, but Emmett's thinking about it. And Tiffany, she sees this and she admits that the business isn't booming like she always thought it would be. Smokey's Barbecue Shack, chain restaurant. I can smell it right now. The mac and cheese is macking, and guess what? Not only is the shot taking off, there's a store in New York City, and Douda said business is good. Emmett checked his bank account, numbers we've never seen before. Well, when Kiesha comes in, she doesn't really mess with Douda. She feels a certain type of way about him because we all know about him in the streets. But good news is, she got the job as a teacher. Emmett, he's getting a little bit of money, so this power couple in the Shy, they not too far off from it. Papa's like the assistant to the assistant manager at Smokey's, and of course his boy Bakari is there. Now we see a young lady working around Smokey's. She's cleaning up the table, she's taking out the trash, and Bakari and Papa, they had a bet on how old she was. Turns out she's 19 and Papa would be 18 this summer. Papa lost the bet. Bakari had to leave. He actually got to have a one-on-one with her, and she said that she listens to Papa's pulpit. She even enjoyed the podcast that he had with his friend Jake. She said, we never hear young men talk to each other like that, and it was a good thing. So Papa might have a good thing on his hands here if he can just play his cards right, sit back and chill, because he still needs to recover from the Maisha incident when she dissed him in a rap song. Darnell and Shad, they sit down and they have a little conversation, and they both have women problems. Shad's still looking for a job because his old lady is paying for everything. But they both are celebrating everything that Emmett has put forward, and Smokey's is doing pretty good. Victor ends up showing up. He's sitting down and he has the same issue going on. First, he's low in the polls, and he's been trying to spend time with his lady. But they need this viral moment. So he gets up and he says that Smokey's is a staple of the community, and thank you for Emmett for having this environment that we could come into. Papa accidentally bumps into him and stains up his shirt. Well, you remember that viral moment that they were looking for? Well, someone's recording Trig changing his shirt, and this might be exactly what he needs for his campaign to probably bring in the women and the younger crowd. Shad is seeing all of his friends and all the other men in his life that are starting to do very well for themselves. Now, of course, we know at his house, he's staying at his lady's house and she's paying for everything. That's one reason he was asking Darnell for a job. Now, even Kevin, young Kev, got a job playing video games. He got his own place. But when he gets back home, he's starting to feel a certain way, like he isn't doing enough. Now, you have to remember last season, he just got released from jail. You can't compare your journey to anybody else's. Now, he doesn't want to invite no one over to the house because it isn't his house and he feels a certain type of way. So what his girl is trying to get him to do and understand is, hey, I'm here to support you. You don't have to feel that way. She's going to hold you down. And he's still trying to get that. And eventually he will. But as of right now, it's just something in his heart that doesn't feel right. We were right. Trig got his viral moment, and it isn't the moment that he wanted. It's him taking off his shirt. So I guess you could call it sex appeal that's going to be driving his campaign. Now, his new girlfriend, she doesn't want to come out because of the transphobic comics that are on her Instagram. Now, Trig, the campaign doesn't stop because of those comments, and plus, her job is to critique public figures. When he gets back to the office, they're telling him, this is the moment we've been looking for, Victor. We got to capitalize off of this. Now, I don't know how he's going to spin it, but if it brings in votes, I can pretty much guarantee you Victor is going to be with it because he definitely needs it being at the bottom of the polls. Gemma's house is divided. Her dad, he's finally getting them some. And of course, a man has needs, so he wants to fulfill those needs. She's trying to fulfill his needs. Now, Gemma, she's hearing everything that's going on, and she's upset that her dad has found a new love interest. So she doesn't want anything to do with her. And you can see that they're colliding. She's telling Gemma, you're going to have to move out eventually. Gemma's dad is saying, well, you are. And it's just a whole big mess over here. But Gemma is acting this way towards her dad when she wasn't just having sex with Jake inside the house, and that's how she ended up pregnant. But you know how it is. When you're daddy's girl, she's going to be for her dad, and she doesn't want anyone to come in between that. So they're going to have to figure it out. But as a man, and this being his household, it's really going to come down to him and how he handles it all. The first official kickback at Cavs was a smash. Everybody was there. Bakari, Maisha, Jake, Gemma, Papa, everybody turned up. Well, after a kickback, you gotta clean up. And after they clean up, we see Maisha and Kev, they stay behind. We find out that Simone broke up with Kev, and him and Maisha, they get a little close. They even give each other a kiss. So could this be the new relationship? And how will Papa feel when he sees that his best friend just pulled the same move that Jake pulled on him when Jake took Gemma from Kev? Man, it's a lot going on in the shot right now. While Emmett and Kiesha are in the house arguing about him getting his baby mama a new car, Tiffany and Rob, they're breaking in the back seat, if you know what I mean. Kiesha is a little upset with Emmett because he bought his baby mama a new car. Yes, a Nissan Altima, but it's still a brand new car, nonetheless. And she's saying that they need to have a conversation before he starts to make purchases like this, especially for his ex. Now, I see where Keisha's coming from. I also see where Emmett's coming from. It was his money. But he's not with her and he doesn't owe her anything. Emmett, he gets upset. He leaves. And now Kiesha, she's in the house by herself while Tiffany and Rob are getting it in the brand new car that Emmett bought in the back seat where his son sits. Hard work and dedication looks like it actually paid off. And guess what? Victor has just won councilman of the Shy, and things are starting to look up. He actually hired his assistant to be his chief of staff. And hey, now we got to start making an imprint on the city. I'm talking about making changes for the better for everyone so we can all thrive in the Shy. Emmett goes to see Douda and he's complaining about buying Tiffany a car, his baby mama, and Kiesha being upset about it. And now she wants a new house. And all you hear Douda telling him is, you need to be a man up, jump into the deep end, get Kiesha whatever she wants because you have 4 women on your roster. All of your baby mamas and your new girlfriend. Now, Douda gets a little disrespected by one of his flunkies who was chewing gum a little too loud. So after all of this, and he tells Emmett, I'm going to introduce you to my realtor, he ends up shooting this flunky. And then he tells Emmett, is there anything else you need? Do you want any cigars for the road? And Emmett is starting to realize that he might be in business. Bad business. Just like Kiesha said, she couldn't trust him. Now Emmett is looking at Douda, and he knows he had made the wrong decision to go into business with this gentleman. There you go, episode 1 of The Shy season 6. Let me know what you think. Is Kevin and Maisha moving a little bit too fast? Is Emmett ever going to get out the situation where his baby mama has so much leverage over him and Kiesha is on his back? Is Douda going to be the baddest mofo inside the city of Chicago? And is Victor going to make any changes? That's what we need to know. Let me know what you think. This is The Shy episode 1. Make sure you tune in tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have a live after show discussion where we actually talk about this and we break down each individual character. I'm Mo.J. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.